Welcome, welcome, welcome. My brothers, you already know who it is. I'm D, and this the Future Fathers FF podcast. Yes, yes, yes. My bros, I hope you are all, I hope you're all alright. I've not been too bad. I do hope you're liking the new stuff. I told you we had stuff ready for you. I told you things was moving, and some of you didn't believe me. I know you didn't. I know you didn't. It's okay. It's fine because you know what? I'm rocking now. We're rocking. So, bros, how's your week's been? Yeah, my week's been all right. Today was a bit well. The last few days at work been a bit stressful, running up and down. Been getting home and just tired and stuff. How you been? I've been all right. Not been too bad. I hope your weeks ain't been as stressful as mine has been. But you know what? Someone's got to do the job. We may as well do it so our family members don't have to. Bros, most of all, I hope you didn't have to beat nobody this week. Yep, that's what I'm hoping. No licks were shell out, and I do hope your household is cool. Yeah, mine is. That's only because mine are big. Yeah, tell the truth, I can't really lick them no more because they're bigger than me. Both of them. No, I'm joking. Of course, man can still beat them, but that's a topic for another day when my brother's back, and we're gonna jump into all of that. But today, bros, I would like to I would like to ask you and myself who were the male role models in your life that stood out, and not only that, what were the influences that they had on you? Because obviously, we've all had male role models and male influence, male input in our lives. None of us can deny that as men. But from a father's perspective, um, I'm asking you and myself because we all know the influence that we get, we in some way, shape, or form try to emulate with our own children. So on my part, there was so many different people. Let me pick two in particular. Yeah, two teachers at school. Two teachers I had at school. Two males. Yeah, obviously. I don't even want to give out their names. I don't actually want to give out their names. Mr. H and Mr. P. Yeah, one was my head of year at school, and the other one was like my. The other one was I can't say it like the other one was my English teacher. Dope, brother. If it wasn't for him, I don't think I'd have passed my English exam. That dude went above and beyond just to make it possible for me to be able to do and sit my exam, which was dope. Looking back on it now, like I can honestly say, dude probably could have lost his job. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this to you guys before, but you know what? Just to reiterate, somebody did that. So those are that's one man. The other one, Mr. P, he was, as I said, my head of year. He was the one that knew my mum when they were growing up. So it was kind of hard for me to get out of a situation where my man's like, you know what? I'll just ring your mum, you know. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm not even bothering with that one. I'm not even getting involved. Let me just steer clear of what I was doing and go and do something better, something more constructive. Who else was there? Um, uh, Role model. I would say, right. So those two teachers in particular had a massive influence on me, purely because of like I just said, the things they did for me and the people they had connection with. Now, growing up, obviously, we have role models that we'd like to model ourselves after, and male influences that have a lasting impact in our lives. I would say one of my role models, somebody that as a child growing up watching on TV and in movies, was definitely Wesley Snipes. I'm a black brother. I'm a young black, well, I'm a middle aged, well, nearly middle aged black dude. So growing up in England, I'm not gonna lie, there was a couple. Actually, I can't lie. I cannot lie. Growing up in England, one stood out. Yeah, Linford Christie, an athlete. I did athletics in school myself. So obviously, well, I can't say obviously, knowing that now, you knowing that, having that information, it might give you a little bit of an insight into saying, oh, okay, so you're an athlete and you admired an athlete. It helps. Not only does it help, when you see males doing things, it influences you to do certain things as well. That's just how it is. Now, I don't know who has affected your lives in the same way that mine has been affected. I don't know who has influenced your life the same way that mine has been influenced. Well, not the same way. I can't say the same way, but just similar. Somebody that's had an influence on you. Now, those are three men in particular. Yeah, two black brothers and a white brother. I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, do you know, I should only have certain people on my list. No, because males in general are able to impart wisdom on me from any walk of life, any and every walk of life. It's my job to interpret the information that they have gained and the experiences they've gone through and the knowledge that they've gained from those experiences. It's my job, if given the opportunity to give advice, to have advice given to me by these gentlemen, it's my job to pick that apart, kind of, and be like, right, this is what worked for me. This is not what worked for me. These are the things that I feel would benefit me. Some of those things wouldn't benefit me. Now, there are so many people on the planet, 7.3 billion to be precise. I'm pretty sure there are some people in your life that you dislike, that you like, that you love, that have influenced you. Men in particular, not people, men in particular, because I'm talking to you dads, yeah? Raising your own children. Now, particularly the man them raising boys. You are the first male your sons have any contact with. The first. I don't want to say that it's your obligation because I feel those words or that word in particular is, I use that for myself because I feel obligated to my children. Me and my brother and myself have stated it on a number of occasions. They didn't ask to be here, your children that is, but it's our job to take care of them. I am obligated to do right by my children. It's not just a job. I'm supposed to do it. It's something I should be doing and something I should want to do. Being the first male they have contact with, being our children, our sons in particular, it is your obligation to be the best version of yourself you can be, to be the best role model and male influence in their lives. Now, I'm not saying that it starts and stops with you because I know that's not right. It doesn't go like that. As I stated to you, I've picked three gentlemen that I know from my life. One of them I didn't know at all. One more I'm gonna add to that is one of my mum's good friends, Uncle M. Yeah, we'll just call him Uncle M. That man was, I can say this wholeheartedly. That man was single-handedly the biggest influence on myself and one of the biggest role models I had in my life. This was a man who was extremely, how can I put it? This dude was, he was stoic in a way that you didn't understand. My brothers, even if you knew this dude, you still couldn't understand it. I'm a big man, spent my whole life around this brother, yeah? And even me, I still don't understand how this dude is so one level. This dude has been calm my whole existence. I've never seen him upset. I've never seen him angry. I've never seen him anything. I've seen him happy. I've seen him happy, and I think that is about the only emotion I've ever seen him express. But this is a gentleman who has had issues just like anybody else has had issues and just got on with life. When I'm growing up and seeing that, I didn't understand it. My mum dropped her earring at a dance one time that a family dance, so there's enough people there. She dropped her earring in a mat on the floor, standing by the door, and her earring fell out. Now it's one of them mats. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture, put it up in the video. It was one of them mats that's got holes in it, yeah, rectangle mat. This dude scanned the whole mat with his eyes and found my mum's earring. Brothers, listen, yeah, I don't know a man that would do that now. I don't know a man that would have the patience to do that. Yeah, I do not. I myself, but I'm somebody that, I mean, I know it's me. It's me. I would do it. Yeah, but I don't know anybody outside of my circle that would do things like that. That have the patience to do that. That was a massive influence in me, like because it takes an amount of patience to stand in one place and focus on one task at a time. Not only that, it wasn't in the greatest of light. So now you've got to focus even more. That's one instance of a gentleman having an effect on me in the way that it did. This man is a carpenter, is an electrician, plumber. This dude can do almost everything. I'm not even joking. And when I go and do work for my mum in her house, yeah, and she tells me, oh yeah, Uncle M's coming, I'm like, oh my gosh. Brothers, as a big man, do you understand what it's like having that kind of role model in your life, that it makes you still, as a big person, think like, oh my gosh, what are they going to think? I feel like a kid. I feel like a child every time I'm around this dude. Every time. As a big man as well. Bro, I have conversations with him. Dude knows that I smoke. Dude knows that I drink. Everything. But in his presence, it's something else. And that's the kind of presence that I would like to have around. Not that in particular, but that kind of effect I would love to have on my children. To know when I'm not around them, that they still think of me like, oh my gosh, it's my dad. Like, anytime I hear a man's name, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Uncle M. Like, yeah, Uncle M's coming. Or it's that kind of enthusiasm I have for this gentleman. It's that kind of love that I have for this gentleman. Like, I don't know how to explain how strong these feelings are. But as a man, knowing that I could strive to do something like that. I could strive to be a gentleman like that. To be not as one dimensional, because dude's not one dimensional. Yeah, you just can't read him. There's no getting around it. You just cannot read him. You can't tell whether man's upset. These are the kind of role models that I had growing up. These are the kind of male influences that bestowed things upon me growing up. My brothers, I need to run real quick. Let me just use the toilet. I'll be back in a sec. Okay. Right. I say all of that to say this. Our children are here for the experience of life. Not to say that they come for anything else, but you know what I mean. Yeah, our children are here experiencing life. It is our duty as their male count or as their males, their male influences, their male role models, their fathers. It is our duty to make sure that they have the best influence in their lives possible. Now, I understand that some of us may, some of us being dads, I understand some of us may not be given the opportunity to do that. I understand that some of you may have had those opportunities taken away from you. Now, it doesn't mean that you cannot still be an influence to any males in your life. That doesn't mean that at all. That just means that it might not be your children you're able to do that with. But having that male role model, having that male influence in your life, brothers, you know how important it is. Yeah, we all know how important it is. I know exactly how important it is. And it's only something that I've learned having my own children. It wasn't something that I knew inherently. It wasn't something that I just thought, oh yeah, do you know what? It's supposed to be this. This is life. No, 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 no. It's something that I had to learn. And learning that and growing and learning that, I got him. Yeah, growing and learning that is it's a brilliant thing because you understand and you learn to or should I say, your understanding becomes greater while you're learning. Being a dad is not being a dad's a hard task. It's not oh yeah, I do that when I can be bothered. It's not that. It's not that job at all. I love being a dad. I absolutely love being a dad because my children have taught me so much about myself. And the funniest thing is, my sons are now a male influence to me, even as a big man. My sons can influence me to do certain things. Or should I say, they have an influence on me to do certain things. They have a profound influence on me to want to continue doing what I'm doing with you guys. And that is purely because I understand there are not many decent male role models. There just isn't that many out there. Not ones that are going to sit down and talk to you and hold a conversation and tell you, do you know what? Maybe you shouldn't even be doing that. Yeah, there's not a lot of male role models that you can look up to. Now, I'm not saying that they're not out there. I'm just saying that we've got to look. We've got to make sure that the ones we are looking at, they are dope. We say, my brother. Yeah, man. I'm good. We up to? Oh, whew, back off the phone now. Off the phone. Off the phone. As I'm sure you could tell, I had a little phone call there with my brother. Now, let me just emphasize this point for you. There are people out there. There are role models. The biggest influence in my life has been my brother, without hesitation. Now, being on the phone with him has just made me think about the relationship that we have. Ooh, yeah. Think about the relationship that we have, the times that we've shared together. Yeah, yeah. The influences that he's had on me. And my brothers, let me tell you something. Yeah. Knowing that you've got somebody like my brother in your corner, yeah, a male that can influence. Sorry, I need to move the chair. Yeah, a male that can influence you in a positive way almost every time you're around them, that can only be a good thing. That can only be a good thing because it has been for me. There's been times in my life where I needed my brother. No hesitation. My brother's never hesitated to help me out with anything. My brother's never hesitated to give me advice. And I just said that to him as I was coming off the phone. You know what? My brother's the first person I'll go to for anything, any problems, any advice, anything. Because I know my brother's going to be real with me. And as he said, you can only be real with the ones that you love. Which is why my brother's my co-host. Yeah? Which is why my brother's the one that I go to and he's the one that I ask questions to. Or ask questions of. Because I know my brother's got as much information to share as I do with all of you out there. We all need role models. We all need a positive male influence. And I'm going to say it. Being a black brother living in the UK, yeah? Rose, you need a positive black male role model in your life because it can only influence you to do better things. They can only influence you to be a better person. There may be aspirations that you have in life that you see these people attain and you feel like, you know what, just because they've done it, I can do that also. It's hard for us to maintain our dreams, and it's extremely easy for us to lose sight of what we want for ourselves. But ultimately, we have to wonder to ourselves as dads, what is it that I'm trying to influence in my child? What is it that I would like my child to do? Now, your child may not do what you want them to do, but you can still be a positive influence in their existence. Now, I'm talking their existence as in their whole life. I'm not talking, oh yeah, when they're little and then when they leave your house, they go about their life and they do their own thing. Yes, that's going to happen, but they're still going to need you around. There's no two ways about that. And being a positive male role model is one of the most important things a male can have. Having an influence on other males around you is even better. Because not only does it show that you have something to impart on them, it also shows that they look up to you. They value what you're telling them. They value the information that you're parting with. On the other hand, or should I say, on the flip side of that, they may just value the time that they get to spend with you. Remember, it's an exchange. They're giving you information, you're giving them time. So you may feel like I'm saying, oh yeah, we have to listen to our influences. We have to listen to our role models. Your role models may just want to actually sit down and talk to you on that level, whatever level that you choose it to be. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go and talk to your celebrity role model. Some things are just unattainable in life. These things happen, and some things are quite attainable. There are other people in your life that are quite as important a role model as the people that are out of our reach. And they may have just as much information, just as much important information to impart on you. My brothers, it don't take a lot. It only takes a little bit for us to come together and impart information and wisdom on each other. Now, wisdom is however you take it. It could be something important somebody says to you. It could be something not as important to you, but something that triggers something in you, something that sparks something in you. That is what an influence is supposed to do for you. A role model, as I stated before, is somebody that you hope to emulate in some way, shape, or form. An influence, a male influence, is a man that has an impact, a lasting impact on you in some way, shape, or form. I hope that you would want to do that for your sons. I do that for my sons as best I can because it's what I feel I am obligated to do. Yeah, that for me is just a feeling in here. I feel my sons need me to teach them, so I'm going to. My brothers, after my convo with my brother, looking at male influences has kind of made me look a little bit harder. My brother has had a profound impact on my whole existence. Even though we didn't get to spend too much time together in our early life, ever since my brother has been a constant, my brother has been important. Your influences are just as important to you, my brothers. I do hope all of you try and emulate something that you wish to impart on somebody else, your sons in particular. Other males, if you do not have sons, males that you live with, yeah, young men, nephews, cousins, doesn't matter. We're all a role model to somebody at some point in our life. My brothers, please, as usual, like, share, subscribe, do the flicky button. Yeah, you all know what that is. Post notifications. So when there's a new video, you know exactly when it goes up. Yeah, and I will inform you, we have more on the way. Stay tuned, my brothers. I beg you, while you're out there, stay well and stay blessed.